Up everybody, Master Reactor here, and today we're going to review a match that I just played 1 minute ago. I've been losing a little bit. There's 2 L's, all green except for the 2 L's right there, and then 3 L's back to back. That was bad. Not going to show those though on the channel. Could, but it is what it is. So this guy got really salty, and he beat me game 1. Go figure why he beat me game 1. Let's see what I open here. I wonder why he beat me. Let's see. Let's review the game and let's see what happens. All right, I got Thunder Dragon, Chaos Sorcerer, Jar of Greed. He won the rock, paper, scissors, and he's got Dust, Tornado, Saku, Mirror Force, Pre, Breaker, and Tribe. I draw Mirror Force for turn. So this is like the worst possibility hand that I could fucking have. There is nothing going on. This shit is a wrap. There's nothing I could do. I set Jar of Greed and set Mirror Force. He end phase Dust Tornadoes the Mirror Force, which was a good come up for me because he breakers and I get to chain the Jar of Greed and the Solemn Judgment. Doesn't really matter though. And he sets his Nobleman and says go. I draw Snatch Steal. I decide just to set Solemn and say go. He draws on the Trap Dust Shoot. More good shit for him. Hits me again. I take it. He Trap Dust Shoots me. Brings one of the Chaos Sorcerers back to the deck, obviously. I fire the Upstart. I draw Duo. I fire the Duo on his ass. And I get rid of his Mirror Force and his Tribe. I Snatch Steal his shit and poke him. And he decides to Saku it. So that was a quick plus right there. He draws DD Warrior Lady, which is a great top deck. I decide to Solemn the DD Warrior Lady. So I'm like, fuck, he's going to hit me for 15 anyways. I might as well do it. So main phase, he prematures. Obviously, he's going to premature the DD Warrior Lady, and the Tribe. I Upstart Goblin into Graceful, and this is when he starts getting salty here. Because if not, I didn't have the worst hand possible. Huge suck out, he says. He is salty as shit. So I discard that, I banish the shit, and I get a little bit back in this game, and he top decks Ring for the game. So did I say huge suck out or anything? No, he rings me. Woo, he got me that game. Who would have fucking thunk it when I opened double Thunder Dragon and double Chaos Sorcerer and Jar of Greed? Gee, I wonder. So game number 2. As long as I don't draw like I did that game, I should have this guy. So let's see what happens. I open Thunder Dragon, Mirror Force, Deco, Breaker, Wang Blast, and Sangan. A little bit better hand, still pretty trash though. He's got Saku, Blade Knight, Ring, Kaiku, and Pre. Alright, I decide to set just the Wang Blast and the Sangan. Alright, he decides to run the Blade Knight out. And he's like, this guy's setting a flip effect monster, I'm going to attack it. And I get my Sinister back. He decides to set Ring of Destruction and say go. I run the Breaker out, it gets ringed. Okay, that's cool, I take 16. And I just say go. He runs out Kaiku. Tries to attack me with Kaiku, I Wang Blast, put the Kaiku back on top. And he hits me for another 16, so now I'm at 48. He sets Saku and says go. I draw into Chaos Sorcerer. I stand by phase, get back my Sinister, and I drop the boy right away. Fuck it, let's play ball. Chaos Sorcerer comes out, and I set Deco and say go. He runs out the level 2, which I knew he was going to probably do, and I Wang Blast it and put it back on top of the deck. And I draw into Nobleman, which is pretty dead. I get my Sinister back. I switch to Chaos Sorcerer and swing at him. It's a Saku. I flip up my Deco. I draw Spy. I decide to set the Spy and set the Mirror Force and say go. He draws into the level 2 that I know he has. And I Mirror Force the Kaiku because I'm just going to go for damage here. It's like, fuck it, I might as well try to get the game over with quick, fast, and easy. So there's this, and I poke his ass for 3,800. So now he's down to 2,600. I set Sinister and say go. He draws in a Donzaloo. He runs out his Breaker, breaks my back row, which is a bluff. He hits my shit and says go. I draw, I style on him with a Duo for no reason. I sack the Sinister, crash, and attack exactly for game. That's what you get for being salty, motherfucker. Alright, on to game 3. On to game 3. Quick games there. He smashed me game 1, and I crushed his ass game 2. So we're on to game 3. Game 3, he's got Ring, Book, Pre, Tribe, Knock, Snatch. I got Ring, Graceful, Mirror Force, Deco, Kaiku, and Tribe. So he decided to set ring and set Book of Moon. I decided to set ring, set Mirror Force, and set the tribe as a bluff here. He instantly knocks the tribe. I'm like, cool, you got me. Good nobleman there. You should have probably ran the Blade Knight out first. So he pokes me for the 16, and I don't do anything here, I don't think. I just take the 6. No, I decide to ring. Okay, so I do. I just ring his ass. Get him off the board. I'm going to take it anyway, so we both take 16. I set my deco and say go. He draws Solemn Judgment. He premature burials the Blade Knight. Sets Solemn, sets a bunch of shit, and I Mirror Force the Blade Knight so I can get my deco effect. And I draw into Magician of Faith. I flip the deco. He says okay. I draw Berserk Gorilla. I fire the Graceful Charity. And this is where he obviously misplayed, because he Solemn Judgment Graceful when I don't have a single Thunder Dragon, no kind of fodder. So that was just great for me. So I poke him for 14, leave him at only 1400. I set Faith and say go. He draws into Breaker. He Snatch steals the deco here, which is fine. Then he Book of Moons, flips it up, draws BLS. So now it's like, oh god, this dude's got everything. He decides to discard the dark to get him dark and light, and then bring out the boy, and he attacks. Instead of banishing the whatchamacallit, if he just banishes that there, he probably wins the game, because I have no light. I drop my Chaos Sorcerer. So he puts me down to 1600. He's got a Ring of Destruction. He can't do anything but tie right now. He couldn't kill me, so I Graceful Charity. I draw the BLS and the Thunder Dragon with Solemn Judgment. I get the shit back to my hand here. I decide to bring the Chaos Sorcerer out. Banish, and banish the BLS, run the Berserk Gorilla out, and swing on him. He's like, oh, I'm not going to tie it because I want to see if I can get this fucking guy. I know I got him. And I set Solemn and say go. He draws MST, Typhoon's the back row, which was the top deck from hell, because I would have definitely beat him there if he didn't have MST. I was going to Solemn the ring, and it was fucking GG. But he ties it. So now we're on to game 4. So here we go. Let's see the game 4. Let's see what happens here. He instantly throws rock because he thinks I'm going to throw scissors, which I did. So I fell right into it, which is fine. It doesn't matter. So let's see. He has got DD Warrior Lady, Pot of Greed, Smashing Ground, Exile Force, Kaiku, and Rhoda. He Pot of Greeds into Graceful and Pre. So this dude has got it all. I got Heavy, Sangan, Saku, Ring, and Mirror Force. So I pretty much have the dirt. He draws into Kaiku, Solemn, and Blade Knight. Discards a Blade Knight into Kaiku and sets his DD Warrior Lady, Smashing Ground, Solemn, and Pre. I draw into Spy. Instantly fire in the heavy, let him pay the half. He's got the half. All right, now he's at 4,000. I decide to set Saku, set Ring, set Sangan, and say go. He runs out the Exile Force. He's like, I'm going to get this fucking guy. Boom, it's a Sangan. Alright, so you just wasted your Exile Force. I go grab Tsukiyomi because I figured it shits on his entire deck. So might as well. He flips up the DD Warrior Lady, and that is met with Sakuretsu Armor. And I draw a Wing Blast for turn. I decide just to run out the Spy and just say, fuck it, let's get aggressive here. I ain't setting shit against this guy. Boom, hit him for 12. He takes the 12. I set Mirror Force and set Wing Blast. He Smashing Grounds the Spy, which was retarded as shit when he could have just summoned something to crash over it. So he just wasted the Smashing Ground there. But alright, that's cool. So he Kaikus me. You could just do that main phase too if I happen to stop it. So he hits me for 18. I take the 18. I'm like, you got me. Good shit. Banish my 2 dogs. Cool. Good shit, bro. I draw into Delinquent Duo. Fire the Duo right away. Why he doesn't soul him here, I have no idea. I run out the Tsukiyomi and swing on him. He doesn't do anything again. And he draws into another Solemn. He decides to premature burial DD Warrior Lady. And this time I decide to ring it, into which he Solemn Judgments me. So now he's only at 1,000. And I take the 15. I'm at 37. He's got another Solemn set here, which is fine. I draw into Pot of Motherfucking Greed. And he Solemns the Pot of Greed here. So now he's only at 500. I set the Tsukiyomi. He draws into Nobleman Across out. Pokes me for the 15. I decide to Mirror Force it, which it wouldn't have mattered because next turn I draw I am Berserk Gorilla. I am Berserk Gorilla. Get his bitch ass. Let's fucking go. Hit the like, hit the sub. That's how we fucking do it. He potted me. He gracefuled me. He had every kind of everything. Dropped the BLS. Do this, do that. fucking dumbass sold him 2 cars that he shouldn't have sold him like a fucking idiot, and he got fucking murked. And I messaged him after. His name is Saltee. He's a saltine cracker, and I'm fucking white. He's just, that's not a racist term at all. It's no kind of race. He's just a salty motherfucker. That's his name, Saltee. So that being said, hit the like, hit the sub. Y'all have a good day or night. Peace out. Bye. Don't be salty. Bye.